Hello and welcome to the first episode of our new Pool 1 to Infinite gameplay. We are going to get to Infinite from Pool 1. We're going to start off by crashing the game, so that didn't go well. I guess I get the chance to redo the intro. You got Hella today, but no other cards that make a super decent deck with it? Alright, welcome to our new series. We are starting our Pool 1 to Infinite gameplay. We're going to start from completely from scratch, level 1, and we're going to hit Infinite without ever using a Pool 2 card this season. If we can make it past the intro without crashing. This might be a real short stream today, guys, because we can't get a game going without crashing. Third time's the charm? Did we make it? Okay. So we are gonna we're gonna get through the tutorial super fast, and then we'll move on, and we are gonna get our game started. We're gonna climb to Infinite as fast as we can. Ignore the deck on screen. That is a little bit older. It's just gonna show up because that's the deck we're playing on our main account. During the tutorial, we don't have our own deck yet. So we're going to move forward. We're going to grind our way to Infinite. It's going to be great. It's going to be fast. I imagine we're done with this series in 10 videos. Nobody clip that. But pretty sure we're good. Come on.
Huh. Would you look at that? I am Iron Man.
We're low on time. Let's move. Halt, wait.
And it's going to be an easy first victory. I'm sorry I'm not talking much during the tutorial. I imagine I'll just fast forward through the tutorial. We might even just start with an intro and then play from level 1. Although, maybe it's cooler to just keep going in this. As a fringe benefit, this series is going to go over effectively using your credits. And only spending enough to get stuff to uncommon to get as much collection level as for your credits as possible.
Who they dig up this time?
Oh, this game's going to be a little bit more like a real game, so maybe we can talk over the tutorial. It seems pretty simple. It's pretty heads-up game. 3 locations. Each card has a mana cost and a power. You want to win 2 of the 3 locations. Xandar gives cards 1 power, so up front it looks like it's best to play there. We want as many cards there as possible to get the +4 power buff. In the long run, that's not always true, but in this game it is true. We are still going to play Medusa mid, because when she's mid, she gets +2 power. 2 mana for 4 power is a little bit unfair. It's not too strong though, so that's why Medusa doesn't make the cut when we get later into this deck. They are committing a lot of cards into the hub, which means the Punisher is going to look a lot better there because he gets +1 power for each card they have. But 3 mana for 4 power is just not good enough yet. Mr. Fantastic is going to be 6 power, so we'll throw him in right away. He's 2 in his location and then 2 on the sides as long as you put him in the center. He gives 6.
Careful. Just have the suit clean.
We have Iron Man and the Hulk, so I think the way we should play this is to get Misty Knight in over here, play the Punisher on the left. We're going to Iron Man mid to get up to 16 power on turn 5. It's going to close up on turn 6 because the vault locks, and then we can just ignore the hub. We always win.
First, I annihilate you, then tea.
I'm going to play the Abomination instead of Iron Man because there's a chance Iron Man gives more power. If he plays 4 cards, the Punisher will go up to 7 power, making this 10. Not making this 10. Making this 12, which is more power than the Hulk if Iron Man doubles it. And currently, Abomination does just as much as Iron Man does mid. So there's a chance that we played Iron Man left. They're playing Sarah. That's terrifying.
Steering contest.
Currently, Hulk brings us up to 20 power. But if they play anything, it's going to be 21. Whereas if they play anything... oh, actually, because the Xandar, we get extra power as well. So I think it's definitely better to just play the Iron Man. It's more power even if they didn't play something, because Xandar gives the Iron Man power as well. And then whenever they play something, it's +2 instead of +1.
Victory. Knew you'd lose all along, Agatha.
Pretty simple, pretty easy start. We're going to unlock Hulk here. Or at least we can upgrade Hulk, I should say. Not a great card, but 6 mana for 11 power is fair. So it's not horrible either. One of the more useful cards that you'll get in the early game, Sentinel is one of the really strong ones. Sentinel will carry us through for quite a while. Just 2 mana, 3 power, and it keeps refilling itself. It's very useful. Let's go check out our deck. Yep, we're going to take Shocker out and put Sentinel in. Sentinel is just Shocker that keeps going. Our deck is incredible. I don't know about that one, Chief, but it's good enough. We got some new avatars. I think I'm going to take Colleen Wing over there. Maybe later we'll sign in. What do you guys think? Take votes? I'm leaning towards Colleen Wing. Or is that Arrow? Could be Arrow. I think it's Colleen, though. Let's get our credits. And we'll get started. We've got a couple of missions here. Play a match, upgrade a card, unlock a new card. We're going to finish all of those just naturally, so we don't have to worry about them. Over here, we want to play 6 cards, which is Hulk. Win with over 20 power, which is Iron Man. Play 6 cards, which is Hulk again. And then play 3 drops, which is the Punisher. Let's make us a name, and we're going to go Pool Ahuiho FTP. Free to pool 1. Oops. Free to pool 1. And then before we start our game, let's take a picture of our deck and update that one, and then we'll switch over to the better. Since we are getting into real games now, we will switch over to the better way to view gameplay. Let's go ahead and switch the deck picture. There we go. Switch to our in-game screen and start our climb from rank 1. I'm going to try and keep the videos around an hour long, so let me know if that's too long or too short. If you guys would rather get more at a time. I do think I can't do more at a time, though, so only let me know if it's too long. It's definitely not. I can't do more than an hour, just because it's already committing 7 hours a week to the series. And we have our other series as well. If you're interested in watching Infinite gameplay, not just the Climb to Infinite, we do that over on Twitch most days, so come check me out. So we're just playing higher quality cards. Looks like it's going to be a pretty solid win. We play Iron Man on the right. We play Hulk in the middle, hopefully. We can empty our hand and get Hulk pulled into Grand Central. It'd be awesome. Let's see if we can beat the Honored Pizza bot. It is going to be tough. Punisher's quite good against the cards I put in here. Maybe explain why I put Quicksilver in an location. That's a great idea. So the reason I put Quicksilver in the mid lane and Sentinel in the Monster Island before these revealed themselves is because there are some locations that have some really bad consequences for playing incorrectly. And we're going to go ahead and... Oh, we can't snap yet. Rip. There are some serious consequences if you don't play ahead of time. There are locations that you can't play into if you play into... If you don't play into them ahead of time, such as the Sanctum Sanctorum, which cards can't be played here. If you play before it shows up, then you can sneak cards in there before they actually exist. The reason we played Hulk into Grand Central, even though they were going to get a card in Grand Central, is because this way we can guarantee that it drops and we don't get, like, Sentinel there. We could have put it left and then risked something else popping in there, but I think Hulk in Central locks it down for us. And then we can just take right here. See, their Hulk's not enough.
I am Iron Man.
Victory.
And that's just that easy to beat tutorial level 1. We can't upgrade our Sentinel. It's going to give us a collection level. That'll unlock Jessica Jones. It's just a better version of Abomination, so we're going to go slot that in. Just kidding, though. Honestly, it's not enough better that it's worth it, so we're just going to keep playing, even with Abomination. Hopefully we'll get to see some of the unknown locations that will showcase why I'm putting stuff in, though. So we play Quicksilver here first, and the next turn we're going to play into this unknown location. And sometimes it's the Space Throne, which is unlucky, but there are more bad locations for you. Like, there are more locations that it's better to play when it's unknown than ones that it hurts to play when it is known. That's a bad way to explain it. You will benefit more often from playing into the unknown than you will get burned from playing into the unknown. So in the long run, it just works out. It's just better. We're heavily incentivized to play in the Tinker's Workshop because of the Hawkeye. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Even though I could play the Star-Lord mid, and because he's going to play in his Hawkeye lane, I want to play here because I'm going to get 8 power for this thing instead. And we can only play one card. It's nice to play the thing. Just use up our 4 mana. He didn't even play on his Hawkeye, so we would have gotten punished for playing for it. We still can't snap. I'm going to just go ahead and play the Punisher. He's probably going to fill up in Baxter Building, and so this is going to give us 6 power for 3 mana, which is pretty solid. It's just as big as his Hulk. But ours only costs 3. Last, we're going to do Star-Lord, and then we will play the Hulk in there. Actually, I'm going to do Cyclops, and then we'll Star-Lord on the right. We're going to play the Hulk finally, so I don't want to play the Star-Lord here now, and then tie mid later. I want to have a little bit more power than him before our turn 6, so that when the Hulk goes in, we can just win. And Iron Man is slightly more power than Hulk, because if they play a card, Iron Man will go up to 12 power, then Iron Man will grant 12, making us be at 24 instead of 22. But our quest is to play 6 drops, so the 2 power probably doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and play the Hulk just to speed up our process of climbing. And he plays the Hulk on the left. He's going to win super hard, but it doesn't matter because we win 2 of 3 lanes. So we can just ignore the Onslaught Citadel that he's winning super hard. There's our Misty Knight upgrade. We're getting off to a great start here in our climb. We've now unlocked Khazar, which is an extremely powerful card, actually. One of the best decks for climbing revolves around Khazar, although not for Pool 1. We don't have enough support for it in Pool 1, so that is going to be kind of tough. We did finish some missions. Let's go ahead and claim them. Get ourselves some credits. Claim our daily challenge. Go collect the Season Pass reward. We do get Ant-Man, which is a very strong card for this deck. 1 mana cards can be insanely powerful. This one has 4 power for 1 mana, which is, you know, better than the Sentinel, you know, a lot of these other cards. So it can be extremely powerful. We're going to slot it in for the Cyclops because Ant-Man is just a better Cyclops. And then since we are changing cards, we'll swap out the Abomination for the Jessica Jones now. And then we'll get another deck picture taken. Then update the deck picture. There it goes. We have 1,200 credits here, so we're going to be able to upgrade a lot early. Get our collection level up. It's good to see. You're only going to face bots in the early game. You never face players until we're through with all of the tutorial stuff. I think it takes till around level 30. So it's going to be pretty quick climbing until then. If you guys are wondering why I make any specific plays, please feel free to ask in the comments below. And I will make sure to give you an answer. Sometimes I'm just wrong though, so also you can just call me out. I have been known to be wrong before. Not often, but you know. Once again, we're playing Quicksilver and Star-Lord into these locations ahead of time, just in case they show up as a bad location later. I would like to play the Thing on the left because Star-Lord's already clunking up the right, so I'm going to play Hawkeye here to play the Thing left next turn, and then Jessica Jones on turn 5. Loot Muncher says, everyone is wrong sometimes. Yeah, but that means everyone except me. I've never been wrong a day in my life. We're going to play the Thing in the Diablo space, and then Jessica Jones on turn 5. I can snap after level 10, Radweight says. I didn't know that I get to snap that early. That's good news. We are losing the left here, but we're winning right already, so it's fine. Eventually we take over left.
I am Iron Man.
And now we just play the Hulk mid for our quest. We're winning all 3 lanes. They have only 3 cards in hand. It's tough for them to beat both. They managed to win mid, but we get our quest point. They lose, and we're fine. Alright. And we get to upgrade our Ant-Man now. It's great news. Oh. We're almost to Mr. Fantastic. He's a pretty solid card. A decent enough 3-drop, which will help us finish that mission as well. We finished a Season Pass mission. It's going to give us some more credits we don't need yet. Hopefully we start unlocking soon. What do we get in the pass? At level 10 we'll unlock Ironheart, and she's pretty solid. So I'm excited for that. Ironheart's a card I still play today in my main deck. So I'm going to play Quicksilver on the right, because on turn 2 it looks like I'm going to play Medusa, and Medusa wants to get played in the middle location. So if Sanctum shows up here, unlucky. But I didn't know Ruins could even show up as a location. That's interesting. I don't believe I've seen that before. Ruins by themselves. Is that a scripted event? Are the locations scripted in the tutorial? Maybe. You tell me. Let me know if you guys, when you face this point in the tutorial, run into these specific locations. Look, our rock is powerful now. I don't appreciate this rock saying, well, that's useless, but this one having its clobbering time. What's the difference? Can you tell the difference between these 2 pictures? I'm gonna play Hawkeye on the right and play Star-Lord mid. Unlucky. We don't have to win the mind game because we're just gonna play the thing on the right. And because we have rocks, we can make sure Ant-Man goes off. Although we're drawing two more cards, so it seems extremely likely Ant-Man's gonna go off. You got ruins in a normal game today? You got ruins today on ladder, you think it's new with the update? That could make sense. I haven't played a ton on the new ladder. I'm going to commit to winning mid. I'm going to hold the rock in my hand because information matters and they don't know that this is a rock, so it could be more powerful.
I am.
We do lose to a Hulk, though, because of the way we played. So if they have Hulk, we just lose. The bright side, if they only have 10 power, we win.
I am Iron Man.
And they don't even have that, so we're fine. No sense in retreating because there's no snapping yet, so we're always playing for 1 cube. If you're ever wondering when to retreat, we do have another video on when to retreat and when to snap. If you want to go look at that after the video. We unlock Mr. Fantastic here. It's going to be a great add-in. Just a fine replacement for some of the garbage that we have. Let's take our new card back. Take out some of the trash. I think that Misty Knight is just not good enough. It's never good. Honestly, I think Quicksilver is probably worse than Misty Knight, to be honest. Because while Quicksilver starts in your opening hand, the goal is to just not draw them. I think they're both bad enough that you want to live in a world where neither of them exist. So I'm going to swap Quicksilver out. And we'll keep Misty Knight. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Quicksilver hasn't been upgraded, so we can get some points for it and then upgrade it instead. But it is extremely close. We forgot to update the deck picture, so let's go back and do that. Try and keep the deck picture updated during the video. It is quite tough, though, to remember when we're changing it this often. We're one new unlock away from another Season Pass mission, and 5 more wins, so it's looking pretty good. We're going to start climbing pretty fast here. I think it's going to start getting tough around level 40. We're going to start seeing real decks while we're still playing Star-Lord Medusa. That's where it's going to be a little more tough, but hopefully by then we have a few more cards and we can be a little better. See, we played into the unknown, we got Kiln, we get the benefits of having already played a card here. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to play the Ant-Man in Onslaught Citadel, because I know I want my ongoing effect to go off there. We didn't want to play the Star-Lord because we were pretty sure he was going to play here, but we want to play in Kiln. Punisher is another ongoing ability. It's going to be really powerful here in Onslaught Citadel, where they get doubled. So we're going to play Punisher, and then we're going to play Star-Lord plus whatever we draw next turn in the Kiln. I know we don't get the Hawkeye buff, but what can you do? We need Punisher to go here, and we don't want to waste the mana by playing the Star-Lord that turn. Because we didn't draw anything else, though, we might as well play the thing. It's like Star-Lord with the buff, and then some, and we can use our mana more efficiently. Because we're going to play Jessica Jones on turn 5. We do tie. We aren't winning, which means we just need to win on total power. So if we play Jessica Jones on the right, she has 1 less power, but because we're going to play the Hulk next turn, right, we can do the if you don't play a card here next turn, gain 2 power. So we can sneak some extra power in, although we are losing the Ant-Man buff, so maybe this was definitely a mistake. We should have just given up the 2 power from that, which is only giving us 1 power to play 3 cards, or 2 extra cards in the Ant-Man lane instead. That being said, it is going to be 9 power in the sewer system and plenty in the Onslaught Citadel, so I think we're fine. And they retreat.
Victory.
which is unfortunate because it means we don't get to play our Hulk. Our 6-drop didn't get played. Showcase is retreating though, which is they just gave up the cube. It's forfeiting. Similar to forfeiting in a Hearthstone match, if you're retreating at 1 cube, there's no reason to, other than that you think you're going to lose and you don't want to waste your time. Once you start getting into snapping, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But for now, it's just as simple as you lose cubes for retreating. It's just forfeiting your cube. We only need to play 3 cost cards for a mission. We're done playing Hulk, so that's pretty good news. Don't have to worry about him anymore. You think there's one game where you're forced to retreat now? There might be. I think I remember that as well, to be honest. I remember being upset. There's no reason to retreat for 1 cube. No, even if you're going to lose, just play it out. Other than to save your time. Wow, they got Misty Knight on Washington, D.C. It got me. Medusa's just a 4-power card. Even if we win the mind game with Star-Lord and we get 5-power Star-Lord, it's just as barely better than this Medusa. So no reason to try and win. We can just play the Medusa and then Mr. Fantastic it. And then on turn 4, we'll play the Sentinel and the Star-Lord. Turn 5 is going to be Jessica Jones, into turn 6 Iron Man. I like it. Actually, I don't know if I want to give them the Iron Man. I might have to turn 5 Iron Man instead of Jessica Jones. We did win the Star-Lord flip.
Got him. It's clobbering time.
So they're winning mid really hard with the cards that they're playing. So I'm actually okay with giving them Iron Man because I don't think I have a way to win mid. Even if I play Iron Man, it's losing. And so it might just be better to play the thing over here in Mindscape, lock down the Mindscape, and then win Savage Land. I could also just Jessica Jones, but I think Jessica Jones is harder to play for him. And so while this is a little bit less power, I think it wins us more games because Mindscape's going to give them this hand, and I don't want to give them Thing and Sentinel. I want them to just have 1 card. 1 big card that doesn't win.
It's clobbering time.
I am Iron Man.
And so now they have my Iron Man. But it's not good enough anywhere. And neither is the Jessica Jones. And I have both Hulks, so I know they can't play that. And I also have their Abomination, so I know they can't play that. Which means this always wins. The best they can do is play my Sentinel. Oof, that was scary. I was like, how did they place Jessica Jones with another card? They top decked the Rocket Raccoon. They could have won if they had drawn Blade. Blade plus Jessica Jones would have been enough power. But it was much more likely that they would just play into the Savage Land. Forgot to upgrade Punisher there. Let's go back and do that. Get our boy. It's another collection level. And that is going to unlock Spectrum. This card is completely useless for us right now, though, so it's not going into the deck. We will put Nightcrawler in as soon as we get that, though. Next 4 cards are going into the deck, and then we'll build a deck around them. Hopefully they get us to level 10 over here on our free-to-play track. Oh. Hey, Oro, welcome to the chat. We are about half an hour into our first free-to-play episode, so I do want to know if people think that I shouldn't be spending gold, or if it matters. You know, I kind of want to just spend it on the gold on credits to speed this up, but you definitely don't have to. You should be saving it for Nexus events, so an argument could be made that I shouldn't do it because of that. We do look to be winning the kiln. I am going to play Mr. Fantastic here. There's a chance I go like Punisher plus Ant-Man on the right next turn because it turns into the kiln on turn 4. We'll see in a second. how does a free-to-play player act with gold? I guess we save. That's what I was thinking, is that they probably save. The only thing is that, like, is there a reason that I should have to save, I guess? Because we're just slowing down the content. It's not like I need that to climb or anything, but I guess we could do it that way. We'll just take it slower. Confirmed Nexus event is going to happen before the end of this season. Okay, so maybe we'll have some gold to spend for the Nexus event on this account. All right, we just have to beat. We have to lose by less than 6 power, or win if they're playing Mr. Fantastic. So I think Punisher is 4 power at least, sometimes more, and then Sentinel is another 2. I think this is the most power we can get in there, and then we're doing fine. And then even if they play something big, as long as we don't lose by 6, we win the tiebreaker because we have more total power. It was close though. Definitely had me sweating towards the end there. We're 1 collection level away from upgrading our Nightcrawler. That's pretty exciting. Or getting Nightcrawler, not upgrading it. Nightcrawler is quite a good card. Definitely something I still play. Even on my main account at collection level 700. So since we had Adelan, we definitely want to just dump our hands as fast as possible. We play Quicksilver left, we're going to play Star-Lord right, and we're going to play as much as we can on turn 3. By left, I mean left of the unknown locations. Because we want to play in them ahead of time to sneak in. See, we got in before we could have a 25% chance to be destroyed. And their card is going to have a chance to be destroyed. It didn't, but, you know, we avoided that. This is quite unfortunate as far as card draw is, but what can you do? I was really hoping we'd be able to play some more. There was a lot of cards in the deck that we would have been able to play. Hulk was unfortunately not one of them. So we do have a lot of wasted mana now. I think Hawkeye plus Punisher is going to be our way to win left, and then we'll play Jessica Jones to lock it down. Just kidding, we can't play Jessica Jones, we have to play the Thing. Because the Dream Dimension ruins our day. Which is quite unfortunate, because we need to play 2 things in the Dream Dimension as well. So we might be losing this game.
It's clobbering time.
So we are up by 5 over in Adelan. 6 if you count that our Punisher will gain 1 when they play something. We can just Medusa Sentinel over here in Dream Dimension, and this will be plus 8 power. It'll put us up to 11. But they currently have 8, so they only need 3 power here and some power in the Danger Room to win. 4 if we make that play. We could also just play Jessica Jones for another 8 power. That's the same. Or we could play Medusa plus Sentinel, which is 7. I guess this is a slightly better play because it's better against Elektra, which is a 1-mana card that can destroy the Ant-Man. This beats the Elektra, whereas the other play does not. So we'll go with this version. Medusa mid and 3 power left. I think that playing Medusa mid means we just lose to the 25%, and that we're relying on them also losing to the 25% if we do. Jessica Jones wins more times. And we win.
Victory.
We could have played the Sentinel Medusa, but like I said, it would lose to specifically Elektra, which Jessica Jones is better against. If we played the Medusa mid and we got hit with the Danger Zone, we would lost there, but I think we're fine anyways. It would have been a scam if we lost the 25%. As always, we're going to play into the unknown. The goal is to sometimes get in here before things like the danger zone or the sanctum are revealed. Thanks for the follow, Rico18 Roos. Really appreciate it. Alright, we are climbing pretty quickly here in our free-to-play run. Or pool 1 to infinite run, I should say. Game 1. We do want to play Mr. Fantastic mid, but Danger Room is enough to just ruin our day. And we also want to get this buff on the Hawkeye. So I'm going to give up the 2 power on the sewer system and just play it here on the Hawkeye. This bot is too good for us. They're winning Danger Room flips left and right. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. So I'm just going to play the thing over on the left in the sewer system and try and win left and right.
It's clobbering time! It's clobbering time!
Alright, then we can Iron Man here. Actually, well, Jessica Jones left, which is enough to win with 14 power in the sewer system. It's probably enough to win the sewer system, and then next turn we will Iron Man plus Ant-Man on the right for a total of, I believe, 18 power. We no longer have the quest to play 6 drops, so we don't have to play the Hulk. And either way, the Hulk will only give us plus 11, whereas Iron Man plus Ant-Man is giving us plus 13. So it is a little bit more power to play it this way. Generally speaking, cards are worth a little bit of extra power just by containing a card in it. So it is often better to play more cards than just one big thing.
Victory!
Costing more cards gives it reason to have more power. This does put us up to rank 10, which is going to get us another reward. We're Iron now. We get a free bonus rank. We can now lose ranks. We finished a season pass mission. We finished our 3-drop mission. We've got all our missions taken care of. We're getting pretty close to our Iron Heart. I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to carry us very far. This is going to be the bread and butter of our free-to-play to infinite for Pool 1. Do I have anything I can upgrade? Anything at all? Nope. Didn't think so. Now that we can lose ranks, we're getting close to the point where we can snap and get snapped. So that'll help us climb a bit faster. Maybe we can end our first video around rank 20. Because we hit Muir Island, there is a little bit more benefit to not playing in the unknown. So I am definitely going to just play into Muir Island. And we're going to play in as fast as possible. We're going to play Quicksilver and Iron Man next turn as well. Just to get as much power in there as we can. As much of this +1 power a turn buff as we can. And it's really unfortunate we can't snap because the Onslaught Citadel is going to give us +4 from the Mr. Fantastic. And then the Punisher is also going to be really good. Now that I've started the free-to-play journey, we'll see how bad the limitation of boosters is for those who's starting nowadays. Absolutely. I think it's definitely I'm gonna feel it on day 1 because we won't be able to get enough boosters to upgrade everything, I think. We still can't snap. It's pretty unfortunate, but we are gonna win this with the Punisher, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic combo. We can't play Iron Man until turn 6, unfortunately, but we are gonna win.
It's clobbering time!
I would love to snap PBJ Nom Nom, but I still can't. We haven't gotten through that part of the tutorial. Unfortunately, we have to play in the Avengers compound this turn, so we can't play our Iron Man, but it's fine. We'll play him next turn, and then we will win. Star-Lord always goes off because we're forced to play there. They're playing Sarah. Cheating bots. And Iron Man always wins mid. We're winning right, we're winning left. They need to win 2 lanes, and they played the 1 lane they can never win.
Iron Man.
Although I could always get wrecked by, I would have gotten absolutely destroyed by Enchantress there. I would have lost all 3 lanes to Enchantress, so maybe I was the crazy one. because Mr. Fantastic buffs would have gone away and the Iron Man would have lost. An argument could be made that I should have played Jessica Jones so that I still win a lane against Enchantress, because I was already winning mid. We're hoping for boosters on Medusa because the game forces you to upgrade her to rare. You notice that up to level 30 of the collection... Oh, we crashed again. That is a problem. Currently, the game is in beta, so hopefully you guys watching this from YouTube are playing the fully released version that is not in beta and does not crash all the time. You notice that up to level 30 of the collection, you play with very weak opponents and quickly raise the rank. Starting from level 30 plus, opponents are much stronger than you. I don't think you can face a non-bot before rank 30. And I think it's pretty rare to face non-bots after rank 30. I think death is the scripted retreat, by the way. Someone was talking about it earlier. Unfortunate, we did hit Subterranea, so I can see why. We're going to play Quicksilver, we're going to play Sentinel, and then we're going to play Mr. Fantastic. And that's our game plan. We're going to use these Sentinels to feed our hand so that we're not screwed over even though we got rocks. See, we're going to keep drawing rocks. It's pretty unfortunate, but what can you do? That's okay. These Sentinels will pay the price. I do believe that it's possible currently, even if we draw these rocks, because we have the Sentinel, we can keep getting a little bit of refill. Oh, I didn't end my turn. I'm trolling. I clicked the end turn button, it didn't end, and I was wondering what's taking so long. Alright, they've got a total of 8 power worth of cards on 3 cards, so we are in a decent spot. They got Hulk and we got a rock. That's pretty unfortunate. Retreat before I'm playing for double. You guys want to lose to the Hulk getting pulled on Sakaar? I think we win. I'm not retreating.
Avengers! Assemble.
So the good news is, our Hulk will win left. So we just need to win mid. Or right. Can we win left without the Hulk? We can definitely tie it. But we can't win right. I think we are going to lose. I don't think it's possible to beat this. Their deck is just a little bit too much stronger than ours. Yeah, we're always losing right. So we need to draw our Ant-Man and also somehow come up with 11 power mid. So we're definitely going to lose this one. This is the scripted retreat, and there's nothing we can do about it. We didn't draw any other cards. They're playing Namor. They got a free Hulk on Sakaar. Sometimes you just can't do it. We only lost 2 cubes instead of 4. We should have lost 1 cube instead of 2, but it's fine. We're going to climb pretty fast. Whoa. Let me go back there. We need to win with Spectrum starting in our deck. Oh, and we crashed the game. So I might need to switch Spectrum into the deck. It's going to be tough to carry out a win with a useless 6-drop, but hopefully we can make it happen. It's not completely useless. We do have a couple of ongoing cards in this deck with Mr. Fantastic, the Punisher, and Ant-Man. We are going to take out the Hulk for it. Get Spectrum in. It will be another card we can get upgraded though, so that's pretty useful. It's possible I should have played the Quicksilver onto the right because I want to play the Medusa in mid turn too. But I think I'll just play the Sentinel on the right. And then play Medusa plus Sentinel turn 4. Or maybe like Medusa Ant-Man turn 3. I don't think we need to keep getting super refill with our Sentinels this game because of the squirrels from the Central Park are giving us tons of power.
Oh, snap.
I think this is another scripted fight. We're already winning the right, so we don't have to worry about anything there. Punisher is going to be enough to win mid. And then hopefully Sentinel plus Ant-Man plus Iron Man will win left. Okay, I guess we don't need to do Iron Man to win left, so I might as well do... Jessica Jones will pull us up to... She'll be 10 power. The most Punisher can get me to is 9, so Iron Man can only be 9 power. So Jessica Jones is definitely more power here than Iron Man is. However, if I play Iron Man left and he gets -2 power, it makes this harder. We're only going to have 2 total power, which I suppose is still enough, so it's still right to play Jessica Jones mid. Naki is an excellent card, but they have no cards in hand to buff, so not as excellent as it could have been.
I am Iron Man.
Victory.
It turns out Iron Man was actually less power than something like Hawkeye would have been, or Star-Lord, or even the Sentinel. So it was definitely a mistake to play the Iron Man there. We only have to win one more game with Sentinel in our deck. Not Sentinel, Spectrum. So we can cut that next game. It was definitely a mistake to play the Iron Man. Our Quicksilver getting pulled into Sakaar is pretty bad for us.
Opponent snapped.
And I'm just going to straight up retreat. Our deck isn't strong enough to beat something like that. We already lost Sakaar. So better to just retreat and get out. It's a shame we only get 1 cube on the Mr. Fantastic. That would have been the card the way to get us to Ant-Man. We can collect our 100 credits since we're iron. We have plenty of credits, but not enough boosters. I feel the pain now. We did hit all of our 1-drops. That's pretty exciting. I'm not as worried about playing into the unknown because we have Strange Academy, which will help us to get into the location we miss. We have Spectrum, so we definitely want to get all our ongoing cards out. I don't know if Hawkeye works now. It's possible Hawkeye does... Okay, he does get the buff. That's interesting. I was not unsure if Lumeria ruins Hawkeye's buff. Okay, let's just get the Punisher down in the vault.
Opponent snapped.
Play the thing. We'll snap him back.
Oh, snap. It's clobbering time.
And I am willing to completely give up on a Strange Academy and just play like this, and then we'll play Spectrum to win. We're definitely winning the vault. I think this is enough power to win mid, and then Spectrum will win the vault even more. Do we get cards in random order, or can we only get some cards, for example, only starting from the second pool? So you start in pool 1, and it is a random order for cards in pool 1 until you get to pool 2. I will probably showcase it shortly after this game, actually. Oh, that is really unfortunate for me. So the good news is they need to play left and mid in order to win against Spectrum here. They did do both, but did they do it enough? They played enough mid. I don't think they had 1 mana 4 powered left though, so we're good.
Victory.
That was scary. And we can upgrade Thing, which is going to unlock us our Nightcrawler. We'll get that in the deck real fast. It's a very powerful card. Nightcrawler can move 1 time a game, which is an insane effect for getting into locations you missed. We also get to cut our Spectrum as well. So that's pretty exciting. Oh, it's another Season Pass level. We're getting pretty close to that Ironheart. Very excited for that. Rocket Raccoon would have been so bad there. Yep, Rocket Raccoon would have wrecked us. Actually, did we win on Tiebreaker? We might have won on Tiebreaker because we had so much power on the right. But it would have been really sad to see. Anyways, we can cut Spectrum now. Because we unlocked Nightcrawler. We can get that in. We are going to have to cut something else. I think the answer is the Thing. It's just not good enough. 4 mana for 6 power is so expensive. We can play Khazar for now. I think it's a little bit better. And then I'm willing to cut something else to get in a big card. But maybe this is just better. I think this is just better. It's really hard to have so many expensive cards in the deck because you only have so many turns you can play them. 6 drops without featured locations can be really tough unless you have a deck dedicated to being able to play them. We're probably going to play Ant-Man and Xandar because we want to get 4 cards here for the +4 power. But who knows? I think turn 2 we're going to play Sentinel, and then turn 3 we're going to play Sentinel plus a 1 mana card. And we're just going to use the Sentinels for infinite value. Reminder to update the deck before the next game. Oh, that's fair. I forgot to update it since we added the Nightcrawler. And I also didn't update it with the Spectrum. The Lizard is a really big tell that someone's a bot. No human player plays this because it's a 2 mana 1 power if they fill it up. And we are almost definitely going to fill it up, especially with Central Park. So I'm going to play Mr. Fantastic. Then I'm going to play Khazar. And then we'll play our 1-drops. I might save Khazar for turn 6 because if you have less power on the board, bots are significantly more likely to snap at you. And so if I do this, then they are unlikely to, or they're very likely to snap. Are bots part of the game or hacks? Bots are part of the game. They are the way currently, at least, the game deals with having fewer players total because there aren't as many people playing the game. We can save the Sentinel for next turn. And next turn, we're going to play the Khazar.
I am Iron Man.
Khazar is going to be 7 power mid, so it's enough to tie the Iron Man lane. And we're definitely winning left.
Oh, snap.
And then we're also winning right. We could also just play the Khazar on the right and give up mid lane. I think that's a valid way to play the game. We're getting 3 power here, so we win it even against Hulk on the left. So I'm pretty confident we can't lose here.
Victory.
It's important to think about what you can play against and what's like what they're playing at the moment. So not only what I can have or what they can have, but what that level of player can have, like recognizing what's in their deck. Because I know it's an early level bot, I understand that the best they can have is Hulk. I would not have made that play if we were at a higher rank and there are other cards available. But currently, that bot can only play Hulk. Alright, we're going to listen to Radwait and update the deck profile picture. And I think we're going to get one more card before this video ends. I mean, if I do not have, for example, Okoye at level 120 collection, what are the chances that it will not be in the pool, in the third pool? It will always be in the second pool. You will have it by level 450. You will not have Okoye until level 118 at the earliest, and the latest you will have it is level 450. 118 is the first chance you can have to pull Okoye, and 450 is the last chance you can have. It will have you are guaranteed to pull it if you do not have it by level 449. 450 will be it. There are exactly enough cards to play exactly that way. I am going to play Quicksilver on the right because I want to play Medusa in the mid lane on turn 2. Thanks for the follow, Justine B. I really appreciate it. It helps out a ton. Alright, they've played Rocket Raccoon and Atlantis, so we have a decent chance of sneaking in a pretty easy win there. Medusa mid is just the 2 mana 4 power. It's good enough. It's a little better than the baseline 2 mana 3 power, so you might as well play it. We played our Quicksilver on the right to sneak in if there is the Sanctum, and we're not too worried about if it showed up mid because we have a Nightcrawler to sneak in to difficult locations. There are specific cards for each pool. There are 3 pools of cards, and the most difficult one starts at level 360-ish. Pool 3, Okoye is pool 2. Exactly. Pool 1 is until card level 114. That is when you are guaranteed to have every pool 1 card. Pool 2 starts at card level 118, and then ends at card level 450 exactly on the dot. And then the next card, every card after that is pool 3. 450 Aura. Pool 3 starts at 450 is the final pool 2 card.
Assemble.
You are guaranteed to have Okoye by then. Alright, so I'm going to play Khazar. We're going to lock down the vault. If they keep playing into it, we'll just play Jessica Jones on turn 5. Actually, I think Iron Man is more... Yeah, Iron Man's more power, so we'll just play Iron Man. And then we'll Jessica Jones left and move Nightcrawler mid. And that way we can sneak in more Atlantis power. Nightcrawler is not enough power to win mid, but this is. So we are currently winning mid by 1, and we have 13 power in Atlantis. So I think this is a little bit better. He can't play in both and win both.
I am Iron Man.
Victory.
And it's just that easy. Get a new card. We're going to have Jessica Jones upgraded. I think that unlocks Wolfsbane for us. Wolfsbane is an excellent 3-drop. This is going to be one of the other cards that carries us to infinite. This is going to be our main deck. Odin, White Tiger, Wolfsbane, and Nightcrawler. This is all scripted. You aren't hitting a random card until this first mystery one up here. Before that, we are guaranteed to hit our cards. So, time to put the Wolfsbane in the deck. We'll play 1 game with Wolfsbane, and then I think that will be it for this video. We're going to cut, I think... What's the worst card in our deck? We should always cut the worst card in the deck, which currently is Jessica Jones. Can't forget to update the deck profile. Deck picture is updated. We'll play our 1 game, showcase the deck, and then we'll see it again in the next video. Play the Quicksilver first. I'm going to play the Nightcrawler over here and the Hawkeye mid because my plan for turn 3 is Mr. Fantastic. It does make my turn 5 a little bit more complicated. Because obviously I can only play one card in the Avengers compound after I've played my Mr. Fantastic. We could aim to destroy the cards that they have in Hala, but I think it is better to let them keep it because their board space is getting filled up. And it is only 2 power. Alright, now if I play the Star-Lord, they're going to have at least 11 power mid. And that is too much for me to beat. However, we can gain 2 more with the Khazar. So an argument could be made that I should play the Khazar. Khazar is always as good as Star-Lord, so I'll just play the Khazar. Play the 4 mana card. Use as much as possible. And we're probably winning Stark Tower. There's a decent chance we win Hala. He does win with Ant-Man.
All systems go.
But that's okay. Because we are winning Stark Tower, and we can still win on the left. That does make things a little more tough. We unfortunately drew Iron Man. It was the worst card in our deck to draw. Because we had 4 cards. All of them were playable. We could play 2 into Stark Tower while moving the Nightcrawler, and now we cannot. So this is kind of scary. This is the most we can do, is get 7 power left. I think it's sketch, but we can stay in. We do beat Hulk.
I am Iron Man.
And Iron Man, so
Iron Man.
there are enough things that we beat. It was worth staying in. It was quite scary, though.
Victory.
Alright, we hope you enjoyed the first episode of our free-to-play Pool 1 decks all the way to Infinite. We're going to end at rank 12. We did spend most of our first episode playing against the bots, trying to get our way through the tutorial. Hopefully during the next ones you guys will see a little bit more of the better decks to play. I hope this has been informative. If you guys have any questions about the deck or how to play the game, or even just want advice on when to snap, you can go look at the other videos or let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to find it for you. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day.